Okay. YouTube giving me a little update there. Let me see here. Make sure my internet on. And make sure y'all can hear me. Let me see here. Can y'all hear me okay? Hopefully it's hooked up properly. I apologize. I had a text message come in right when I was getting ready to hop on here. It's Saturday night, last minute. I didn't get to shoot a video today, so I said, okay, let me hop on here and do a live because I've been traveling, been working, trying to get the message out. And in doing so, in doing that, sometimes I'm not able. Okay, here I go. A little app acting up today. Got us some moderators in here. They had closed me out, so I had to come on. It almost reset me. Let me see if I got it set up. Now, yesterday I did a video and I was talking about, celebrity relationships. I had the names in the title, then I changed it at the last minute. Just couldn't really bring myself to it. Every now and then I could put a name in the title, but I just, I always try to remember that people are humans. And I know how, if my name in a title, I might be ready for some smoke in the city versus if my name ain't in the title, I don't see it. They could be talking about me. I never know because my name wasn't in the title. And so, but when you name in the title, sometimes people just search their name to see what all been uploaded that day. Or a lot of times people don't think about that. A lot of times people forget how regular celebrities are. And because there's so much money being made, the more money you make, the more time that you have. And yes, you could be busy, you could choose to be busy, but that's what money does. It creates time freedom, because if you do an event and you get $20,000 pay a good amount of bills. So now you got more time. So a lot of times what people don't realize is that people of high net worths or celebrities and athletes, like me working with pro athletes, them guys work 2 hours a day. And just what's required of them maybe like 2 at the most 4 hours a day, whereas everybody else working 8 hours or more. They working 2 hours, so they got the rest of the day to get into anything. And so what happens is, what people do is, I used to notice this on Twitter, I would see certain celebrities, they would be responding to a tweet that didn't at them, it just had their name in it. So they literally would go search their name to see every tweet that got their name in it. And then they would respond to that tweet and not realizing that that was a dead giveaway, that, hey, you were not at it. Like, you had to go search this. And so that's why I try not to put celebrity names in my description unless I need to. But this is a Q&A for the members. If you're not a member, you'll see where it says join up under the video. And sometimes I forget how to get the link for people to join. But this is a Q&A for the members. And so just make sure you put hashtag Q in front of your question. And we're going to go at least an hour. We may go a little more. It's a game on right now, but I would sit down and watch the game, but it's hard for me to just focus on the game. And ironically, I played football my whole life, and I played football in college and wanted to be a pro football player, but it's still hard for me to just sit down and watch a game because I got so much I need to be doing myself. And so I'm on here. Marquita, yeah, oh, them Jaguars lost. Oh no, I was rooting for them Jaguars. I'm 29 and I'm losing hope in men. Should I just give up? If you could give up on men, don't give up on yourself. What I mean by that is, stop looking for a man and look within and just get better yourself. And when you stop, worrying about a man and thinking about a man, and you focus 100% on you, you're going to start to look better, feel better, glow more. You're going to be jumping off the page. And then that's when you'll start to attract different men. So with every level that you go up, you can attract a different type of man. So just focus on you. And that's what's going to help. And I'll be honest with you, we are in a. I'm supposed to lie to you. I'm supposed to lie to you. You know, when you're online and stuff, you're supposed to lie to people. And I wish I can see the game on Tony's TV. LOL, YouTube. I'm supposed to lie to you, but you know, I can't lie to you. And right now, we're in a sad state. The relationship state is in a sad state. That's why I be talking about business and life and entrepreneurship and all of that, because we it's not looking too good right now. And so it's gonna take more people coming back to the cross, meaning just coming back to purity and living right and doing the right thing for us to turn this thing around. But the more and more people jump off the narrow road and jump onto the broad road, the worse our relationship situation gonna be. Now y'all make sure you put the hashtag Q in front of your question so I don't miss it. And we still early. I know folks still filing on here. Courtney Johnson, God bless you now. God bless you. Tony, is there such a thing as tongue baptism? Now they just told me that I could press a comment and pin it. So I was gonna pin it just so I could see it. The reason I asked because God put it on my heart that when going down under the water, my tongue was not to be stationary. Sister, that might be between you and the Lord, sister, because I do not have a clue. That's something. What if the Lord put that on your spirit? You gonna have to talk to the Lord about that one, sister, because I do not have a clue what you talk about in the least. In the least, I ain't got a clue. Regina, God bless you. What is your definition of a good man? To be honest with you, if you needed to sum it up, a good man is a man who is trying everything in his power to please God. To sum it up. So what I mean by that is a good man, if he's single or if he's not married, he's not trying to be in fornication. He's not trying to lie, to deceive, to manipulate. So if you meet a man and he say he loves the Lord, but he trying to get you in the bed, he has not stepped into being a good man. He might be decent, but he ain't tighten all the way up. So a good man gonna try to be pleasing unto the Lord. Do you know someone started a YouTube page using your videos? I do not know. Um, everybody sending me that, and but what y'all have to understand, that's just normal. Like that's normal. The bigger your brand gets, the more fake pages is gonna be, the more people. So eventually it'll be at that point to where any other person online. So yeah, I see it, but they can't really do anything with it because when you post a video that is the same as another video on YouTube, it automatically YouTube picks it up and they'll flag it and they can't monetize it. And so, and if they get around it by just kind of doing something else with how they rip the video, then I could flag it. But I really don't worry about it. It just, they disseminating the message and they eventually will be hitting people that I'm not hitting. Brittany, Cher deleted you. And so what Cher was telling you is don't be in the chat complaining. Put your question in the chat. And had you put your question right there, I would have seen it. So that's a life lesson. Sometimes, right when we about to get our breakthrough, we drop our head and go to pouting. When if we had our head up and our eyes on the prize, we would have saw our blessing. And I want y'all to take that in your whole life. Don't ever take time to complain. Don't ever take time to worry. Don't ever take time to stress. Don't ever take time to lose faith and start talking about what you don't have. Because as soon as you drop your head, you finna see something. As soon as you drop your head, No, you ain't deleted it. You deleted after share. Share had already deleted. I seen it say share deleted your message. Then you deleted it. Well, hey, and Glenn Rocks. You don't want to put the page name in here. We don't want to give them no shine. It's just like I done reached out to them before. Like it's a bunch of pages that do it. It's just y'all don't see them all, but I could see them in my dashboard. Everybody who using my video, I could see them. And I done shut one of them down before, and they wrote me from like Indonesia or somewhere. I was like, please, I'm trying to feed my family. These videos, they only make like $2, $10. I'm a single father and I just posting these, you know. And I was like, hey, listen, can't be out here doing that. But the page that y'all talking about, I went to it and they hadn't even got 1,000 subscribers yet when I went. They'll probably get it eventually, but then even after 1,000 subscribers, you got to get 4,000 watch hours. So it take a little time. So they just helping getting the message out. I really like my friend, grew up together, really close to my family, a really good guy, come from good fam. I don't know if I should approach him that way. No, you shouldn't approach him that way because a woman should never approach a man. You should never approach a man. If a man wants you, you're going to know it. You're going to know it. Even if it look like you don't want him, a man who wants you, he going to make it known. He going to let you know. But see, a lot of times a man doesn't approach his friend because he sees you as just a friend. And he sees you maybe as too good of a person for him. And because he knows you and he knows your heart and he knows you as a person and he knows that what he's into could hurt you, then he'll just rather leave you as a friend. So never set your eyes on your friend. Keep your eyes on the prize, on you, your purpose, and all of that. Tony, you telling us to not give up, but you're also telling us we're in a sad state of relationships. Exactly. That's what faith is. Faith is knowing that you going through hard times, but you still walking by faith anyways. What I mean by that is being that we're in a sad state, that means that you can't go out here willy-nilly and all gullible with your eyes, with your legs open, and just believing everything you hearing. You have to move with a sense of diligence and prudence, and you have to be very mindful and aware when you out here in this dating world because it's a lot of tricks being played. I saw a guy at an event. He stared a lot, but never approached. I was always in a group. There's an upcoming event that I know he'll be at. Is it thirsty to go with the hopes of bumping into him? No, it ain't thirsty. It's thirsty to go up to him. But you could go with all the hopes you want to go with. Just make sure your face don't get sour if you go and you don't see him. Because then you'll be looking Sour Patch face and another man that could be your husband looking at you and you're looking like a Sour Patch kid. So just know that. Also know that staring is normal. Staring is normal for a man. It does not mean anything. It does not mean anything because as men, we stare at everything. So y'all got to understand that. So don't think too much into it. Just if a man don't approach you, then that's all you need to know, whether he approach you or not. But staring, we stare at everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. We stare at everything. So understand that. Why do some men get so bothered by a woman's kids not talking to them? They speak back, but they don't initiate conversation. Well, that's a red flag. That's a real red flag because it lets you know that he is a control freak and that he's gonna be domineering and that he want to come in and he want the ground he walking on to be kissed and he wants to be looked up to and he's gonna come in and he's gonna be spanking your kids. He's gonna be telling your kids what they can and can't do. He's gonna be walking in their room, turning their TV off while they're in the middle of their show and it's before their bedtime. So that's a red flag. A man shouldn't care nothing about how your kids who are not his kids and who when you are not his wife, he shouldn't care nothing about none of that. He need to be focusing on you and understanding those are your kids and that's another man kids. And he shouldn't have too much to say about nothing when he understand his place and understand that it ain't his job to come in and be disciplining and running over and controlling and doing all this with another man's children, because that's how one way to lose your life. Does a woman need a nice bank account or a nice 401k before marriage? No. You don't need to be living in no shelter. You need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. You need to be able to put a roof over your head and to get from point A to point B, whether that's the subway, a bicycle, a car, or Uber. But you need to be independent and not a dependent. That's what's important. A lot of men from my past have been popping back up. Some have gotten married. Why? What are they contacting me for? You could be the one who got away, or they just want to spin the block. But I have a thing that I call the black book syndrome. And in the black book syndrome is when a man gets to a certain place in his life, instead of looking outside, he goes into his black book because the black book is safer than the yellow pages. So instead of going and getting online and looking for something new, which could have HIV, which could have any other type of, situation going on, which could have a lot of issues mentally, a man may want a woman that he already knows the landscape, meaning just know of you and know about you and know your temperament. And a man who's in a relationship really want to have a woman who comfortable, a no good man. He want to have somebody that ain't gonna make too much noise and he could have a little situation with. Could you talk more about faith for Christians that didn't grow up with a strong religious background? I enjoy your faith talks, but sometimes find it hard to understand due to the lack of knowledge. Yeah, we'll be going through that on our Sunday sermons as I get to do them. So just make sure you check every Sunday for a Sunday sermon to see if it's up there. Tomorrow I'm in travel for soccer, so I might not get to do one unless I shoot it tonight and upload it and it's there. But we'll be doing that. But it's really a personal relationship. So what I tell people is try to get you a Bible and read or listen to 2 chapters a day and read it in different versions. So they'll have the NIV version. The King James version is it's a little tougher to understand, but the translated versions, it make it a little easier to understand. And it's straightforward. You pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding before reading, and just get them 2 chapters in a day at least. Been dating a guy for 8 months. Very genuine, attentive. Let me see that. Genuine, attentive, and does all the right things. I'm not attractive to him because he's overweight. I'm not attracted to him because he's overweight. Should I stay and work out with him or leave? So here's the thing. He was overweight in month 1. And now you've been dating him for 8 months. And you're saying that you're not attracted to him because he's overweight. That's the lesson for everybody else is when you meet somebody and they are not what you want and they're not where you want them to be and you don't want to help them get there, leave them then. Because when you string somebody along for 8 months, especially a man, men unfortunately cannot handle rejection the way women handle rejection. So I want you to think about this and I want you to look around and I really want y'all ladies to hear me on this. Rejection is a very sensitive thing for men, and that's why we've seen so many women lose their life for rejecting a man. So you have to start to pay attention to this and start to move differently. And be careful where you going, where you hanging out, who you going with. A lot of times have somebody with you, have you some mace or have you your little tool on you, get your carrier's permit, and just really be ready for the smoke if a man try to talk to you. And you also got to be able to do it in a polite way. Like some women do it in such a nasty way and not realizing they just poking the bear because this person is demonically possessed. But even a soft answer can turn away wrath. A soft answer can quench anger. So if you say, "Hey, thank you so much. I really wish I could, but I'm married," you might be lying. I'm engaged, but I really appreciate it. If you do that, it's gonna be hard for the guy to get mad. It's gonna be real hard unless he's just crazy and deranged. And if you see that in his eye, then you might want to take off running as fast as you can. But it's getting real out here, and it's sad that that's the way. But it's getting real out here when we just seen it happen with the Alabama basketball player, where they said the young lady turned one of the guys down, and that turned into a little argument, a little riff, and it could have been her boyfriend that she was with or whoever she was with could have said, "Hey, watch out, you better watch yourself." And they said, "Oh, what you gonna do? Hey, try me." And then it probably escalated like that, and then somebody heard a threat, and then it went to that next level. But they saying the genesis of it was the woman turning down in advance. And so never string somebody along. Men should not do it to women, and women should not do it to men. If a person ain't where you want them to be and you ain't willing to help them get there, go on about your business. But here's the thing too. If all a person got to lose is weight, that's what all of us got to do. All of us got to lose weight. I'm sitting on here running my mouth every day and got to lose weight. So if all a person has to lose is weight, then that should be the least of your worries. Because I'm gonna tell you as a man who's super fit and he of age, like it's no longer genetics, it's his work ethic. A lot of times they have something wrong with them. Not every last one of them, but a lot of men who you see all super fit is something wrong with them because it just don't make sense. It don't make sense to be working out that hard and to be all super fit if you ain't making money from it. Just to walk around like that, you don't need all that. You don't need all that. You just need a bill of health. That's all you need. So to be honest with you, the men who are overweight, I can't speak for women, I'm not a woman, but the men who are overweight are typically the most genuine men. They typically the nicest men. They typically, like when you look at a football team, the nicest guys on the team are not the skill players, the fit, chiseled running back, quarterback, cornerback, wide receiver. The nicest guys on the football team, and I played football my whole life and in college, is always the offensive linemen. They always the nicest guys. I mean, like just big teddy bears. Just the nicest guys you ever want to meet. And yeah, they could get down and dirty on that field, but it's just the disposition that having that excess weight puts a man in. It makes him an empath. It makes him see the world differently. He feels people's pain because of the way the world looks at him as if he's less than. And so he feel people pain, and he's more sensitive and genuine and open-minded and open-hearted, big-hearted. And so a lot of times if you can have influence in a man's life, and the one thing that you're going to be influencing him is eating better and working out with you, that's the problem you want to have. You much rather have that problem than having to change his whole character and his situations in the dark with Angela and all of that. I was dating a guy for 4 months. No sleeping together, only dates, conversations, and fun. We got into an argument about me wanting to get in a pool game with other guys. He became upset and now wants to be friends. Why? Uh, that's a red flag. I mean, just metal. Men are very territorial. I admit, men are very territorial. The one thing that I don't see often is white men are not as territorial as black men. And I'm sure it's a lot of reasons that go into that, but as black men, I've never really seen a black man that's not territorial. But white guys, it is the most interesting thing. Like they'll let their wife or their girlfriend grind, like twerk on their friend, their daddy, their brother. Like when you hang around white people, like everybody be in everybody's face. Like if I'm around white people, sometimes I feel uncomfortable how close the white woman is in my face. But they just different. They just different with just I don't know if just the confidence from owning the country and that could play into it, just having confidence and just feeling like this is my home. I own this. So why am I insecure? Why am I worried? But with black men, that is something. But typically, it should not be a thing before you're a real item. But men want their woman to themselves. So you have to think about that. Sharonda, God bless you. Sharonda says she's gonna jump in the VIP line. Your thoughts on an absent father trying to re-enter your life after you have dealt with abandoned issues and fully grown. Not mad at him, but he comments on all my posts and it's embarrassing. Mm. Talk to him. If you call him and talk to him in real life, in person, he might not comment on all your posts. But that come with age. So, sometimes Sharonda, your age, you'll show your age in certain situations, certain scenarios, certain areas. And somebody younger than you might look and be like, man, Sharonda really acting her age now. And I hear my wife and people say that all the time about their mama commenting on their posts. Me, I'm the type of person I tell my mama, hey mama, don't be a comment on my post. I don't want nobody to know who you is, where you at, because if they want to do something to me, they get mad at me, and he know you now. He can stalk you. Now you putting yourself in harm's way. I'll let my mama know. And so some people can't do that though. They don't want to say that to their parent. And he just trying to he don't want to go to his grave with that on his conscience. Make sure y'all put the hashtag Q in front of your question. Talking to a guy in the Air Force. Now, y'all realize I'm missing a lot of questions because so many coming in now. It's a group of people on here. So I'll just catch the one that come right in. So if you try to time my answer when I'm about done, then just copy and paste your question. Talking to a guy in the Air Force. We don't talk daily though. He reaches out by text every few days. I'm confused if we should talk every day and I should be patient and wait till he comes home. Uh well, if he don't talk to you every day and he's in the Air Force, that means that he on the ground a lot because you just in the air for a little bit. If he actually on the plane, he could be in the airport in Air Force fixing computers or fixing the planes. So if he's not a pilot, then he got time to talk to you every day. And if he's not talking to you every day, then that means he preoccupied with other situations. And that's not worth waiting on. If you free and he hit you up, yeah, you can chat with him. But don't turn nobody away. Don't be in the grocery store with your nose in the air thinking you got a man, because you ain't got no man. You only have a man when he asks you, will you be his woman, and he in touch with you every day. A man who's serious about you, he gonna be in touch with you every day. Haven't spoken to my kid's dad for 2 years. Now he has been making fake pages to get on my page, only calling his kids on birthdays. What should I do? He's in jail and have more than enough money to call. You need to get on mymentor.life. Because see, what y'all have to realize, I really don't like speaking on stuff I don't have experience in. And I've never had to co-parent. So I could throw a random opinion out there, but I've never had to co-parent. And I just don't know what it feels like as a man to be away from my kids and especially to be in jail away from my kids. And then I also don't like speaking on criminals because If you do one crime, you'll do another. And he hear about me out here speaking on his children and what you ought to do, and this on the World Wide Web. Then he get out, then he want to come find me, blaming me for the reason he can't talk to his kids. So some stuff like that, that real deep stuff, and life and death stuff, that's for one-on-one sessions. For one-on-one sessions. So go on my mentor.life, and on the filters, you could select the filters, and on the services, select co-parenting. And we got some co-parenting coaches on there. That way you could go in depth, and because a lot of questions got to be answered and all of that. So understand that, and also understand the man in jail. So sometimes a guy don't want his kids to see him like that and to hear from him like that. Like that hurts. Like when I'm on the road, I don't reach out to my kids. I don't talk to my kids when I'm on the road, and really it's just for my mental health, because if I talk to them, I'm gonna be missing them, and I'm not gonna be able to focus on my work. So when I go on the road, I treat it like I'm going to war, because I'm the field I work in. I'm dealing with a lot of spiritual warfare, so I treat it like I'm in camp. I don't reach out like that, because it. And now my youngest, my 8-year-old, he got a phone for Christmas, and now he FaceTiming me. I'm like, oh man, he FaceTiming me, and it blessed my spirit though. I ain't know that it'll bless my spirit, but for all these years, I never reach out. I only talk to their mama, my wife. How to overcome comparison online and in person when trying to elevate your life. Work harder. Work harder. And when you doing what you supposed to do, you really can't compare to nobody else. You really don't feel the need to compare to nobody else. If you're not going to the gym and you looking at somebody who their body is right, then you're gonna compare and you're gonna feel bad. But if you went to the gym, then you're gonna be able to look at them and say, hey, we on the same thing. If you're not working on your brand, your business, building something you can't be fired from, and you go and you see somebody who they building something they can't be fired from, then you're gonna feel bad. But if you working on yours, when you see theirs, you're gonna be like, I see you, and I'm gonna spot you too. I see you, and I'm coming to get you. So when you focus on yourself and you checking your list off of what you need to get done today, did I read my Bible today? Did I pray today? Did I exercise today? Did I work on my business today? Did I talk to somebody I love today? And when you could check off what you need to do, did I journal today? Did I get 7 hours of sleep? Did I drink half of my body weight in ounces of water? When you could check that off, then that's when comparison really is no longer a thief of your joy, because you're just so joyous in your progress. Mr. G, I always reference back to your old videos when I'm going through things. God bless you. Any books of the Bible you recommend to grow as a man of God? The book that changed my life is the book of Proverbs. That book of Proverbs is something. My daddy had me start reading that as a child. I probably was in middle school, and I could have been in elementary, but he would have me read a chapter and then write a summary on that chapter. And the book of Proverbs is a book of wisdom. And it really blessed my life, because as a man, and it's written, by a man, and really seemed like it's written for a man, because in there it's telling you, like, listen, stay away from these loose booty women. Like, be careful of these women who got them fast talking lips and seductress and temptress, and hey, watch who you hang around, watch who you stamping, watch who you investing in. Get on your grind. You don't work, you don't eat. Study the ant. Like, it's so many lessons in Proverbs just about life that it really just changed your life. Why wouldn't a man want to remain friends after a 2-year romantic situation and you seem to have genuine friendship and rapport? Because of another woman. Like, you can't make room. He can't make room for another woman if he friends with an old lover. Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody could do that. And you can't make room for another man if you friends with him. So if you his friend and you talking to a man and he see this man name pop up on your phone, oh, who is such and such? Oh, that's my friend. Oh, okay. How long y'all been friends? Oh, we was friends. Okay, y'all ever dated? Not really. It was kind of like, you know how it is, a little play. So now you either got to lie, and which is never good to start a relationship on a lie. Is never good. A man cannot handle a woman lying. A man will lose his complete wig of a woman lying. And unfortunately, so you starting your new relationship off on a lie, or you living in a lie by hiding this man because you know he used to put that pole on you, and now you got another man putting pole on you. And the way soul ties work and the way the mind work, this you could be sleeping with your husband and be picturing this other man and feeling this other man because you talking to him. So when you cut that out, you know you got to go on about your business. Got to go on about your business. How do us new members send you a cash out? God bless you. Cash out. How you send a cash out? I'm not. I don't know if you saying do it not work or it's my name, which is I share puts it in the chat sometimes, and you just have to spell my name right, Tony Gaskins. But I'm imagine every now and then I get a cash out, so it does work. And I appreciate y'all for thinking about me like that. I don't put that out there, but shout out to the moderators who put it out there. And so y'all know they do that on their own. I've never asked them to put that out there, and we don't have a moderator meeting and say, hey, this how you run the chat. Like they do what they do, and that's why I'm praying blessings over their life. How do you feel about child support? I'm mixed. I have mixed feelings on child support because on some sides I see where it's terrible and it's just government just using it to be able to punish men and keep men down because a man might be on hard times, a man might not have a job, a man might not be able to afford the payment that the judge decided that the man got to pay, and then the man loses his driver's license, which now if he get caught driving, he going to jail, and he got to do community service, got to pay a fine. So it's a lot that goes into it. When I'm in favor of it is when a guy does not want to do right. He don't want to help his kids. He's not trying to help himself. And those type of men deserve to sit in prison. And you really don't even have to sit in prison for not paying child support. But a man who trying and he want to be there for his kids, he want to take care of their needs and do what he can do, then that's when I see it a little differently, when genuine hard times fall on him and then the system stick it to him. Because you got to realize with all the fines that men pay trying to get out of that child support debt and get their license back, the state be making a killing. The state be making an absolute killing. In a great corporate job, but ready to go from building a coaching practice to buying into a franchise because I could sell it in the future, doing research, but would appreciate your thoughts. I wouldn't get caught up in a franchise because the reason why they're available is because they really make the owner of the franchise money. It's really building their wealth versus your wealth. A lot of restaurants profit like 60 grand a year. Restaurant owning is the worst business to be in because it's just so volatile and it has a lot to do with the market. You have no control over it. Whereas your own business, your coaching practice, you never going out of style. You never going out of business. You don't have any overhead. And it's so many streams of income that could be created in your coaching practice that is not subject to market volatility. Whereas a lot of people had a restaurant and then the pandemic happened and everybody went out of business. Huge billion-dollar companies went out of business. That can happen every year. That can happen anytime. They could pass a new, and then you got all this food coming in, and then it's a recall on your beef. It's a recall on your chicken. Now you just flush thousands down the toilet. And then, food good one day, bad the next. and it's really no real selling of franchise. Like somebody could come in and kind of, buy it from you, but that money gonna be gone. And then the people who sell a franchise, it's a lot of times to invest in themselves, to invest in. I remember meeting a man who was given a McDonald's, end up buying a second McDonald's, becoming a millionaire, selling both McDonald's to become a life coach and a speaker and an author. And so at the end of the day, you still gonna be desiring purpose. Um, Christina, the member. I never understood this. Maybe a dumb question, but why do couples who aren't married go all the way in and buy homes and property together, but will not get married? It typically is the woman settling, and it's the man not wanting to be locked in because he doesn't trust himself, and he says that he doesn't believe in marriage or he doesn't trust the government, but it's really he doesn't trust himself. Most men struggle with the idea of being faithful to one woman for the rest of our lives. And if a man cheats and that woman catches him cheating and she gets a divorce, now he loses half of his net worth. So a lot of guys try to convince a woman to just go through the motions and do everything a married couple does without her having that legal backing, without her having the government to back her up if he take a stupid pill. Under 25, X came back. Do I go visit? Who buys the plane ticket? I really don't believe in going back to exes unless you feel like this is your husband or wife. I don't believe in going back, so I really can't speak to that. And if you're a woman and he's a man, then the man should buy the plane ticket and the man should come see you. If you're going to see him, he didn't come back. That's you going back. So if he coming to you, then he need to come to you. Especially if he's the reason y'all broke up in the first place. If waiting until marriage, is it ever appropriate to do an overnight trip and share a room? Or is it best to avoid that? Thank you for everything. It is best to avoid that. And I know you know that answer and you just want it to be confirmed, because that's like saying, hey, if I don't want to get burned, should I stick my hand in the fire? And so you absolutely already knew the answer, so I'm just confirm it for you. You should avoid that. You wait till you all the way an item. And then if you do an overnight trip, then you should have separate rooms if you're waiting until marriage. Because if you play with fire, you will get burned. And men very slick. What we'll do is, hey, take that peach cobbler. And he'll take that peach cobbler, and then once you take that peach cobbler, you all the way in now. Your body's so relaxed. You done got so much oxytocin dumped in that bloodstream. He just climbed right on up and everything ready. And there you go. Next thing, you'll go from waiting until marriage to conceiving and be pregnant on that trip. So you got to be very careful. Why do men send their friends to contact you when you let the man go? Just it's the same tactic of when we were kids and we asked our mother, can we go somewhere in front of our friend, with the assumption or the hope that our mother will be afraid to tell us no in front of the friend because she don't want to look mean in front of the friend. And it actually works. My son today just pulled a fast one on me and my wife. Made like he wanted to go to the choir to see them sing at the school, at the chapel. He got on basketball shorts and a t-shirt going into the chapel. It get there and talking about, oh, it's already over. It ended so fast. Can we go to Jeremiah's, talking about the ice cream shop? And it's like, that's where he really wanted to go. And that's probably where they said, hey, let's meet up at Jeremiah's Saturday after the little thing. But instead of saying, hey, can we go to Jeremiah's, it's, hey, can we go to this thing? And so when he get home, I'm gonna tell him about that, and I'm gonna say, listen, when you going out this house, you know where you going and you know where you want to go. So if you going somewhere after you go somewhere, then you need to let me know before you leave so I can give you a yes. Don't get out with your friend by yourself and then knowing that we gonna look like the party pooper if we say no. So I'm gonna check him about that. So he know, give me the whole itinerary before you leave. And that's all it is. That's what a man bring his mama to call you, his friends to call you, because he knows that you might not want to look like a mean person or the bad person or the quitter in front of other people. I want a relationship, but I'm pretty busy with school and will be for some years. I honestly believe school will be easier with a spouse rather than casually dating. Your thoughts? You're right. You is right. And it ain't, and you could keep school a priority and just keep your eyes open. I got two sister-in-laws who very studious, and both of them, one is still in school, like she in residency, and she got her full-fledged man. And now the other one, she had her man all through undergrad. They was kind of like friends. She really ain't call him her man, but they was pretty much there. And then when she went to law school, still there, graduated law school, and now they just got engaged. She in her third year as a lawyer. But she had the man all the way since probably freshman, sophomore year of undergrad. And so I say that to say you could do both. The man just got to know where he fit in. And that was the mistake that me and my wife made, because it was a little different. And I think that's why her sisters did it so well, because they saw what happened with us. We came in and we didn't have our priorities straight. So we fell into the bed and we fell into love. And next thing you know, we having a son, and neither one of us had a degree. And so we having a son and getting married with no degree. So the man just got to know where he fit in. Broke it off with a guy who I found out as with at least two women over 5 years ago. How long should you hold a person to their negative past? Seeds of it is typically always there. Like once we done been that guy and I was that guy in relationships in college, the seed's still there. You could change, but it's no different than it's no different than a drug addict coming off a drug. It's still in there. He just has to make a choice every single day. And you got to look at what has he done. If he say, oh, I just woke up one day outside, I'm done with it. And that's it. Then it's like, okay, well, what if some stress punch you in your mouth? What you gonna do? But if he say, I got a counselor, I got an accountability partner, I got a life coach, I done wrote books about it, I done turned it into like a brand to help other people. Now he got a lot in place. So for me, although I was trash, because of what I have going and what I have in place and the people that I'm helping, that helps keep me on track. It don't mean that I can't get off track. Don't mean that I don't have weekdays where I'm stressed out and the where me and my wife, we ain't seeing eye to eye. Like you gonna go through that year 1, year 5, year 8, and so on. So it's one of them things where you could get to know a man for who he is and just see if he has done the work to change. Let me see. Why am I so heartless after dealing with men and not ending up in a relationship? It's easy for me to play with men's feelings and not actually have feelings for them. Why am I like this? Just because you operating from fear. You're afraid to get hurt. You're afraid to fall in love. You're afraid to be vulnerable because in the past, you being vulnerable has gotten you hurt. And technically, the definition of vulnerable means open for attack, open to attack. You're open for an attack on you. So you're afraid to be vulnerable because you don't know if you can handle another heartbreak. So you'll rather be the victimizer than the victim. That's all it is. Somebody asked about the translation. I like the New Living Translation. I think it's this right here, NLT. Yep, New Living. I think that's what it stands for. I like the NLT. It's more, plain English. But I read all of them. I read in King James. Then I read in another translation. I read in several translations just to see how different it is. How long should a woman wait for a man to ask her to be his girlfriend when dating? I used to say 3 months, but that was like before social media was so prevalent and men had so many options right at their fingertips. So now it's 6 months. 6 months would be the deadline. And I know some people try to say, oh no, 3 months. Still need to be 3 months. Honestly, if you his wife, he will ask you within 3 months. But if he hasn't asked you within 6 months, it's not the end of the world if he haven't asked you within 4 or 5 months. Like I would say give it that 6 months. Give it that 6 months and kind of see, how it goes. Should a woman ever have to ask a man to call her? I get that people would rather text than call nowadays, but I would rather for a man to call me or even FaceTime. Um, you shouldn't have to, but it's okay to say, call me when you're free. I don't like texting. And see what he do. Sometimes you know, a man may not call you because he doesn't want to intrude. He don't want to be ignored. He don't want to be rejected. So he may text. It's kind of like knocking. Like I do not like when people call me without texting me. I'm not a type of person to just answer my phone off a call. Like text me and say, hey, can we set up a time to talk? When do you have time to talk? So then I could put you on my calendar and schedule that in. I do not like unannounced calls. And so being that I don't like an unannounced call, I don't call anybody without texting them first. And I pretty much text everybody. I don't even like getting on the phone. And so that's how some people are. But if somebody tell me, hey, let's get on the phone, then I'll find the time. Tony, do you feel that authentic white people who are Christians are part of your tribe? I know my questions are not politically correct, but I am curious. I mean, it's not an unpolitical correct. It's not anything wrong with it. Uh, Anybody who is in Christ is a part of my tribe. Even people who not in Christ are part of my tribe. But what white people have to understand and look like you might be white is you got to get the hair out the side of your face so you don't look like Charles Manson on here. See what I'm saying? Get your regular hairdo so that way you ain't coming on here. It look like the hair covering up this eye. So when I see you, it look like you in a rock band and on here posing. So and then two, what you got to realize is that my truth as a black man is gonna make white people feel uncomfortable at times. But it also make black people feel uncomfortable at times because I just call it like I see it. I'm an umpire. So you have to realize that when I talk about the racism, the systemic racism, the discrimination, all of that is real. All that is real, and I don't make it up. I'm talking from real life. So as long as you understand that your people, if you white, I don't know if you're white or not, you could be black. But as long as you understand that white people operate in a large part, a lot of white people are still prejudiced and still racist. Even the Christians still prejudiced and or racist, and that a lot of white people enslave black people in the name of the Bible, because the Bible have a scripture about slaves obeying your masters. Then as long as you understand that, then you all right. It's long hair, that's all. Not Charles Manson. I could take the truth. Okay. Yeah, the way it was on there, and the picture small now. So it just the way his leg crossed there, it scared me. Scared me. I didn't pull that back in a ponytail or let it hang on both sides so I could really, see you. But so yeah, that scared me though. But these pictures is a little, really a comment. Tony, thank you for all you do. Blessing the Gaskin family. Appreciate you. Hey, God bless you. Hey, we got about 6 more minutes. when I be talking, I don't be breathing right. I need to get a breathing coach. I've been trying to take singing lessons to teach me how to breathe with my words, so it'll help me as a singer. But I mean, as a speaker. But don't nobody want to give me no singing lessons. I'm like, man, y'all don't love what y'all do. Especially if I'm getting paid, I train you now. If you want to do what I do, and you gonna pay me, yeah, I'ma train you. You might be terrible, but I'm so finna feed my family. That's good, Rocky, and I appreciate you being here. And we need more people like you, black and white, to cross, cross that line and go into them other areas and be a positive light and representation. And that's why I say all the time, I shift the culture because I know the stereotypes of black people. So I do the opposite intentionally so that when this person of another race, whether they whatever race, meet me, they no longer can say all black people this. So when you come and you come with a good energy and a good spirit and good attitude, and you can support somebody who don't look like you and all of that, then we can't say all white people like this or all white women like that. We can't say that. Hi, Tony. After you've made the difficult decision to leave a 5-year relationship, no ring, why is it that a man will all of a sudden want to do all of the things you wanted during the relationship? Because he finally realized your worth. A lot of time, I have a quote that says, if you want to keep a man, you got to be willing to lose a man. And a lot of women don't understand that. But what I mean is, you have to show that man that you're willing to walk away if he won't love you and treat you the way you need to be treated in order to keep him. But if he feel like that he don't have to marry you, he don't have to love you right, he don't have to do right by you, then he's never going to elevate you to that next level. So people oftentimes sit down to listen when you stand up to walk away. Christina, God bless you, jumped into the VIP line. And listen, we're in a recession right now. It used to be a lot more of them VIP line jumpers. Nah. But 2 or 3, I said, I know the recession is, woo! The recession got people pocketbook in a chokehold. It's choking the life out of the pocketbook. Some of y'all be calling the bank line. Google. Oh, what is Google? $1.99, $2.99. Good. That's fraud. That is fraud. And they're like, ma'am, it's been coming out for the last 12 months. What you mean it's fraud? Just because you got this $35 overdraft fee. Google be on here, man. What Google did is because of black people, they done implemented a thing to where you could pay for the whole year up front or the whole 6 months. They like, listen, we know a lot of y'all ain't gonna have this $1.99 every month. Just here you go, pay it up front. While you done got your tax return, just take care of your membership up front, because we tired of dealing with your bank, with your line, talking about you don't recognize that charge. And now we got to be going through all these fees. And they might take it back from me. I don't know. I don't see that kind of accounting. Not into online dating, but social media has become like it, and lots of scams going down on there. What are your thoughts? You got to be careful. You got to be careful. And Christine, I really don't like talking and answering questions of people who ain't got no picture of their face now. I really don't want to be talking to the little dog. Your dog cute and all. I really don't want to be talking to no dog. So for me, I like my social media to be real, because you looking at my real face. I ain't on here with no avatar. So if y'all gonna be on here asking questions, y'all need to have a real face. Okay, so Christina, get your real face up there now. Get your real face up there. You don't want to put your real face up there, then you ain't supposed to be on social media. So you just have to be diligent, and you got to have some rules in place. So what I want you to do is get you some rules in place so that you say, I'm not giving a man money. That's a rule. Never give a man money. I'm not giving a man my address. Never give a man your address. If you're going to be meeting men online, get you a bat phone. Get you a little side phone number so that they can't trace your actual number. You just got the little messenger app where you messaging them through your Google Voice number, and it's not your actual number. Because by our actual number, a lot of people can find our home address. They can find a lot out about us with that actual number. So if you're going to be meeting people online, then get your little Google Voice number and just have some numbers. See, the thing what a lot of women do is they go into social media dating and online dating without any rules. And they talking to a man and all they could hear is his voice and not his face. They don't know if he got a voice changer app and it's really a woman and sounding like a man. They don't know if the man looked like somebody that chewed up bubble gum and spit it out and then walked in it. They don't know what the man looked like. They just hear a man's voice. They ain't FaceTime the man, and then the next thing you know, 2 months in, and I remember talking to a educated woman, educated, you know, nice looking woman. Her body was not where she wanted it to be, and so it caused some insecurity. And this, I heard this story countless times. When a woman is not where she want to be, and she start dating, she dating with insecurity. End of the, hey, we done with the Q&A. I'm just wrapping up. So y'all hold y'all question. We done with the Q&A. I'm just wrapping up. And the woman is not where she want to be. That's why I tell you, work on your 3 B's: your brain, your brand, your body. She's not where she want to be, and she start dating, and so she feels insecure. So she feels like, oh, I need to do more to keep this man because he loving me with this fupa. He loving me with the, you know, breast touching my knees. He loving me with the edges, and I'm struggling with the edges because I ain't got with Sister Lisa. And he loved me with this here bad credit because I ain't got with Sophia. And so now she start to feel insecure about what she does not have, and she overcompensates. And I remember women telling me, and I'm talking about one lady, 90% of her savings. Another lady gave a man $6,000 or $7,000 within 2 weeks of knowing him, so he could buy furniture for his new apartment. But the thing about it is, the relationship was like Idris Elba dating Tammy Faye, or Tammy, you know, the comedian lady. It was like they weren't that far apart, but it was like I felt like that's how she felt. She felt like he was such a catch that she wanted to show, I got a bag to me and I'm coming to the table with something, and I don't need no man. I just want a man, and I could do for you. I'm not no hand me down, no handout, take care of me, no pick Misha. I got my own, and I could be a blessing to your life. And that's never a woman's place. You never should have to feel like that's your place to prove to a man that you could take care of him, or that you could provide for him, or that you could give him money. And I feel like if women would take money and sex off the table, meaning any sexual act, oral, intercourse, fingering, hand job, it take all sexual acts off the table and take money off the table, giving a man money. And giving a man money is also letting him use your car, letting him stay at your place. If women will require that men have to be independent of her, he got to take care of all his own bills, have his own place to stay, and not sleeping together, but you getting to know each other, and you building as friends with romantic interest. It's a mutual understanding that you are attracted to one another romantically, but you are building on the foundation of friendship, meaning you really getting to know each other, and you take everything else off the table. Because we live in a society that women are so desperate and so gullible gullible. It make me throw up in my mouth. Like some of the stuff I hear and read in my emails and hear on coaching sessions, I be ready to throw up. It make me just want to break the phone. I be ready to just break the phone. And honestly, it make me mad because I'm like, man, I'm out here sacrificing. I'm out here living right, doing the right thing. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about when you living right and you doing the right thing, and you see somebody who ain't living right and not doing the right thing, and it look like they getting ahead. I'm like, here you is got this here money, and you done gave this bum $20,000. But now you coming to be a life coach. You want to be a life coach, and you asking me for a discount. So you coming to take food out my children's mouth, but giving all your money to this man. But here I'm is providing an opportunity for you to make money, and you want a discount for me, but then want to give him a loan. I'm like, hold on, hold on. No, don't come over here with no discount mouth over here now. You were doing other things with your mouth. Don't come over here asking for no discount. And so listen to me. Women got to take money off the table. Take money off the table. Take sex off the table. And that's when you're going to see a man for who he really is. And the thing that women don't understand, that's so sad, that's so despicable, is so many women today don't believe that there are good men. Every man can be a good man. Every man could be a good man. But here's the thing. Even good people become bad people when the bad is too easy to be gotten. So understand what I just said. If you know you could be God-fearing, you could love the Lord, but if you know you could sit down in tax season and you could tell a lie that you braid hair and that you made 15,000, but your expenses was 12,000 or 18,000, and that to change your taxes to where you finna get an extra 3,000 or $5,000 back on your return on top of your child tax credit and whatever else. You finna doctor them numbers. You could know the Lord like your shoe size. And you finna doctor, because I done seen pastors sit down there in that chair with that tax prepare and lie. I done seen devout, Holy Ghost filled, tongue speaking Christians sit down there and lie on them taxes. But then we forget about that. So we forget about how easy it is for us to sin and to do wrong. And then so many women expect a man to have low-hanging fruit dangling in his face and expect him to say, no, I'm too much of a man to grab this low-hanging fruit. I'm finna scrap up to the trunk of this tree and I'm finna climb up this whole tree, and I ain't gonna eat no fruit or get no fruit till I get to the very top where the branch can't even hold me, and I'm about to lose my life, and I'm gonna pluck me off a piece of fruit at the very top just to prove to myself that I could work hard for something. Absolutely not. If you low hanging fruit, you finna get plucked. You finna get plucked, and you finna get stuck, and you finna get stuffed, and he finna take you for everything you got. And it's so many women that get so mad. Oh, Tony Askins. See, this is what I'm sick and tired of. All y'all want to do is tell the woman what she need to do. You just want to tell her. Why you don't tell the man that just because I'm over here with a Brazilian wax and I got this monkey in his face that he supposed to pick that thing up and put it back in his pants and walk away if he planning to sleep with me and leave me? Why you don't tell him that I don't care if he got blue balls, that even if he got blue ball, he supposed to not sleep with me even though I'm on this bed spread eagle with this thing in his face? And I'm like, listen, that don't make no sense. I'm telling you, get off your bike. Because if you on your bike, he finna power drive you. And it ain't nothing that I could tell no man with a hard dangling in his hand that he's going to hear. He ain't gonna hear nothing from me if you ain't got the game. If you don't know what game he playing, he's not hearing me. Like, I don't have no vagina to get this man. So he don't care what Tony Gaskin got to say. If you finna have that thing down there clapping, he finna be down there. I could sit on YouTube all day, every day, and tell these men, listen, fellas, keep your thing in your pants. Do not try to sleep with this woman. If this woman try to put that thing on you, you take and you deal with them blue balls and you put that thing up and you go on about your business. That's why I don't do them kind of messages, because I am a man. And I know men, and I'm not finna be on here wasting my breath. So the reason why I tell the woman is because the woman is the receiver. The woman has the final say so. The woman get on her bike. So the woman get the yes or no. It don't do me no good to tell the person who going to do the power driving, don't do it, because he's going to do it every time if it's available. So I can't tell a man, hey, bust your butt and work hard for a woman, and you climb to the top of that tree and you get that fruit and you ignore the low hanging fruit, and you risk your life getting to the top to get you some fruit. I can't tell him that if it's fruit hanging right in his face. So if you're going to be all scantily clad and you swinging your headlights in his face, you got a head in between your breath, and you want to look all sexy, and you over there think you mad the stallion, and you want to be twerking in the man's face, but then want to talk about, oh, you can look but you can't touch, but you want to be a temptress. Ain't nothing I could do to help you. Ain't nothing I could do to help you. But if I tell the woman, hey, listen, stay off your bike, and I tell the man, hey, if you feel like this woman your wife, she worth the wait. Don't try to coerce a woman and talk her out of her morals and value. So now if both people do their job, she knows she ain't supposed to be on his bike, and he know he ain't supposed to be coercing her into the bed, now we got a win-win situation. But if I'm telling the man, hey, don't try to coerce no woman into the bed, and the woman just finna be a spread eagle, trying to be a temptress, and this the thing. On one hand, a woman get mad that a man shoot game and sleep with her. Just because she horny and she want to sleep with him, she get mad that he'll sleep with her, even though he gonna judge her for sleeping with him so fast. So it's kind of like, it's like going into a store with no cameras and saying, because this store ain't got no cameras, I'm finna steal. But then get mad when somebody seen us steal and call the police and we get arrested. So it's like, it's so many women will jump in the bed if they think jumping in the bed gonna keep that man, and then when they realize the man taking judge them for jumping in the bed, now they mad. How you gonna judge me for having a one night stand if you had a one night stand? and he just like, listen, that's my prerogative. That was one of my tests, and you failed the test. That's my prerogative. It's all fair in love and war. That's what he gonna tell himself. That's what he gonna say. So you got to have your standards, and you got to stand on what you stand on. You can't say, oh, I'm finna go come off this thing and hope this man don't judge me for coming off this thing. No, he going to judge you. That's what humans do. Human gonna make a assessment. Now, not literal sense of judge, because he can't sentence you. Now he can sentence you with his absence and saying, hey, you jumped in the bed. The only thing that causes a man to abstain is his love and reverence for God, or his love and reverence for that woman who is abstaining. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. And abstaining also means abstaining from adultery, abstaining from pornography. And so I'm going to tell you, me personally, and this is why I try to help women understand. Now, I say I'm doing an hour Q&A. We passed the Q&A part. Now we're just the teaching part. This is why I try to help women understand. The reason why I abstain from adultery, and that I'm not out here doing like Buddy, the other relationship coach that got caught cheating on his wife, don't put his name in the chat. I don't do names. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know what I'm talking about. Just get the analogy, get the understanding. The reason why I'm not out here doing what Buddy was doing is because I fear God. Because I know that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and receives favor from the Lord. I have received favor from the Lord in an abundant overflow that has blown my mind. I do not want to do anything that's going to cause God to remove his hand from my life. So I'm finna live right. That's why I don't watch pornography. I don't watch pornography because although my wife don't have to know, although my wife would not know because she don't check my phone. My wife don't even have my passcode to my phone because I got a new passcode, a new reset on the phone. She ain't got a passcode. She didn't even ask me for the passcode. She didn't ask me for the passcode. So I could be doing anything I want to do on that phone. She would not know. And so guess what? The reason why I don't watch pornography is because I know God see me. God see me. Because of what I do in the dark, I'm blessed in the light. So I'm not finna change what I do in the dark because I don't want my light to change. You hear what I'm telling you? And so that's why I try to tell women, and that's what I was saying on that video where I said a smoking woman ain't cute. And then I said what a lot of women don't understand, that love is a moral act. So if you smoking as a woman, you only gonna attract men who gonna be cheaters. You're not gonna attract no faithful man because a faithful man has to be extremely disciplined with the highest level of morals possible. So if you a smoker, you gonna attract only cheating men. Oh, I know somebody who smoke and her man don't cheat. You don't live with them. It take 5 minutes for a man to cheat. I was working in a group home and a man had a wife and kids and was in the group home sleeping with the lady that worked at the group home. Put her right on top of that washing machine in the laundry room and was yammering her down. And one of the clients caught them. Now his wife at the house thinking her man is an amazing man. He working the graveyard shift. He working overnight. He providing for this family. And he at that job putting hard dangling on the woman who worked right out there. It's easy to cheat. It's easy to cheat for a man. So a lot of times women look at a man and so you think this man who do lean is faithful? Only way he faithful is the thing don't get up, but his tongue still work. And if he willing to put lean in his body, he definitely willing to lick on something because he nasty. Just point blank period. You think this man who do ecstasy is faithful? You think this man who doing all this smoking is faithful? It's like if he willing to risk his whole life, cut his life short, the easiest thing for a man to do is to have sex. So whatever a man morals is out of whack, that is a red flag on the risk assessment chart, because if he willing to do that, he gonna be willing to do this. The easiest thing it is for a man is to stick his thing in something. So if he willing to put something in his body that's gonna alter his chemistry, alter his brain, ruin his life, risk his life, shorten his life, then he definitely willing to put a hard pole on him, a woman. He definitely willing to lay that thing on somebody. And it might not be a random woman. It might not be a streetwalker. It might be a woman from his past. A woman who see him as him. And she want him because she see he willing to settle down and get married. So she just want him to settle down with her. And she believe in his lies that his marriage on the rocks. It is on the rocks because he putting it on the rocks. And she want him to replace his wife with her. So she coming off that thing. And he just using her and she don't know no better. Because that's the other thing about women. A lot of women who the other woman think they gonna be the main woman. And don't realize that the other woman, you is always the trash can. You is always the trash can. Oh, then women say, well, Tony, my man, my ex left me for the other woman. Yes, because he realized when you find out you weren't having it, you got standards, and he realized she a trash can, and he realized he is trash. So he want to put his trash in her can. And that's why it ain't that she won, it's that a trash can got some trash. Point blank period. So you actually won because you not no trash can. And when you found out, you got bodied, roddy, no limit soldier. And now he realized that. He realized, oh, this woman here ain't playing. And so he go over there to the trash can because he get exposed for cheating, and now he got to go through with it because he got to make it look real, with the hopes that people will say, oh well, him and you just weren't a fit, and y'all got together prematurely, but him and her is a fit. That's why he go through with it. But a man cannot fully respect a woman who will sleep with him while he with another woman. He can't respect her. Because if a woman will sleep with a man while he is with another woman, that woman don't respect herself. Because that woman don't know if the woman he with got something that she could catch. Don't know. And so that's why men never respect the woman on the side, even if he leave and go get with her. And what a woman have to do is shift your mindset and be like, okay, good riddance. Good riddance, I still won. But today, well, not today, but forever, it's a quote that say God made women beautiful and foolish. And essentially what that's saying is what it's saying. Women are very foolish when it comes to men. And you got to find a happy medium. It don't do you no good to be foolish or angry. You got to be at peace and be confident, but yet be strong. So don't feel like you got to hate men and you got to be nasty and crass and crude and rude in order to protect yourself. A real killer can look you in your eyes and smile and still slit your throat. So what I mean by that is you need to be able to tell somebody that you finna lead them with a smile on your face. You need to be able to tell somebody, don't try me like no basin, because there is a price to pay. With a smile on your face. You shouldn't have to yell and scream and cuss and get irate to prove that you tough or that you strong. You need to be able to look somebody in their face with a smile on your face with your peace, joy, and happiness and let them know that you are not to be played with. And that's where you got to get to that happy medium. And so it's a guy the other day. I think he's a white guy. He be writing me, and the way he be writing me, I be reading it like he think I'm dumb, like he talking down to me. Oh yeah, I think you should just do this. I think you should just do this. I think it's just a great deal. I just think it's just a great idea. You just should do it. Just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. Like I ain't got no thought process. Like I can't think through nothing. So I write him back and I tell him like, listen, I got a brand. I got 3.5 million followers online. I'm not finna just go jump and take my brand over here to this outlet, to this network and ain't no check attached to it, because I'm bringing credibility to they situation. So somebody getting paid, and you ain't offered me no money, so you must be getting the money. And when I talk to him like that, he get offended. And so he wrote back the other day, and yes, this is a professional relationship, and you need to write me a little nicer. And I wrote him back. I said, listen here, you talk to a black man from the streets, and my words are my words. I don't come from where you come from. So I don't know how you used to being talked to, but I'm not demeaning you and I'm not cussing at you. I'm direct. If you don't like that, then give me a call. And when I get on a call with him, I talk to him just like that, the same way. And I talk to everybody just like that. If whatever I say, I'm direct. And my son don't like it sometimes. My wife don't like it sometimes. My mama don't like it. My sister don't like it. Don't nobody like it. But I'm going to tell you like an IS is, without raising my voice and without cussing. But I'm going to be direct, because we play too many games in our world. We play too many games and we too flip-floppy. And me, if the answer is no, the answer is no. And this is why the answer is no. Point blank period. But see, we live in a society where I ask a man a question. Hey, bro, can you do this right here? And he'll just ignore it because he's not man enough to say no. I'm the type of person, I'm going to tell you no, and he'll go why. And that's where we have to get to in our relationships. You got to get to the place to where you could say no, and the answer is no. That's that. That's that. The answer is no. So, as to the women, don't walk around with your tail tucked between your legs, or scared, or afraid of men, scared of men. and feeling like you got the frown and you got the mean mug and you got, because to be honest with you, when you go into that space, that's actually what is triggering these demons. So when that man walk up to you with that demon in him and he shoot his shot and you spaz on him, you go off because you feel like you got to show your fangs in order to protect yourself instead of being able to tell him no with a smile. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. But unfortunately, I'm unavailable. I'm unavailable. But I really thank you for the compliment. No with a smile. Service with a smile. No with a smile. Just like that right now. So now you told him just like what it is. It's gonna be hard for him to say, "Oh, you old stinking bee, you think you all of that." But if you, what? No, man, get off my face. I'm good. I'm straight. You all of that. Now that's poking the bear. Now that insecurity he got, he already insecure. Now you just took and just right into that insecurity. The most dangerous being on the face of this earth is an insecure man. That is the most dangerous being on the face of this earth. So you got to understand how to disarm him without putting yourself in harm's way. So and this is what I mean by that. And I ain't just saying this just what women do. This is what we have to do as men too. So I'll be direct with a man, but I'm gonna be direct still with respect. I ain't gonna call him out his name. I ain't gonna talk down to him, but I'm gonna be direct with him. So I'm gonna let him know, hey, bro, I really can't speak at that event just because if I speak at that event, if I speak at your event, I got to speak at everybody's event who I know on the same level as you, and I really don't know you like that. So it's a long list of people that I know just like you. So if I speak at your event, now I got to do that for everybody because I don't do favoritism and all of that. And then he said, "Oh man, I get it, bro." But if I would have said, "Hey, bro, you a peon, man, and I don't really rock with peons like that, bro, cause so please don't ever try me like that again in your life, peon." That's totally different. Now that's totally different. So it's like if a man approach a woman and one, ugh, ugly, the nerve of these men, and you do all that. Listen, if that man got a demon in him, that could cost you your life. But if you say, no, thank you. I really appreciate that, but I'm actually not available. But you look like a great guy, and I know your wife right around the corner. Boom. You told him no the same way. So move with confidence. Move with confidence in your life. Know what you know. Get the knowledge and set your rules. Set your rules, set your boundaries, and move with confidence. Because we losing today because men have been turned over. A lot of men have been turned over to a reprobate mind. Men is worshiping the devil. Men is giving into their lust. Men, so many men today, what I call porn babies. And what that mean is they just done gave into lust so much they done lost their righteous mind. They don't even know how to act. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to carry themselves. And then the men are seen as the leaders. The men seen as the head. So women taking and priding themselves in submission. So when you submit to a man who ain't got no mission, who don't know where he going, now it's the blind leading the blind. So when a woman who full seeing 2020, 2015 vision, close her eyes and follow a man just because he got a thing swinging between his legs, he gonna lead her right to destruction. And that's why we losing. Is men bumping their head and then women closing their eyes and following the man and bumping their head too. Instead of saying, hey, bro, you don't bump your head. Not, you ain't gotta say it like that, but sir, we're not there yet. I appreciate us going out on dates and us talking, but we're not there yet with the butt grabbing and with the tongue and all the tongue kissing and all of that. We're not there yet, but I'm enjoying getting to know you. But we got so many women today, they see a man that done lost his mind, done took a stupid pill, and they like, well, yeah, um, I'm understanding that a man's gonna be a man, and that, I'm okay with a man having other women and a man talking to other women, just as long as he tells me that he's talking to other women, just so that I know, like, and I can be like, okay, well, let's wear protection. And that's what women doing today. Well, it's one of the things, like, if you cheat respectfully, and I'm like, now here go this lame man, done grew up, done got one muscle, done got a job, making like talking about he make 200,000 a year, and now he want to get his rocks off, and now here go the women want to be taken care of so bad, just close their eyes and just get led right into a brick wall. And I'm like, come on now, come on now. Men need to have sense. But if you see a man ain't got no sense, don't lose your sense right behind him. Like, let him know, like, in a roundabout way, sir, you barking up the wrong tree. It really don't go down like that over here. And then he was like, oh, wow, okay, so I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Yeah, cheat respectfully. That was a lady said that. The lady said that on one of them podcasts where the women be sitting there giving each other bad advice. I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever see a podcast with a group of women, just a group of women, giving each other advice on relationship, run. And the same for the men. If you see a podcast with just a group of men giving each other relationship advice, just run. Especially if they not in nothing happy, healthy, and whole. Now, if they in something happy, healthy, and whole, then okay. Okay. But I seen some of these podcasts with the all male or the all female cast, and then even the ones with the male and female, it just ain't nobody got no sense. Everybody is a heathen. Everybody is just doing whatever, whenever, however, and they sitting there giving advice from destruction. They giving advice from the pit. They giving advice from the bottom of the barrel. They giving advice from a lost mindset. They done compromised their self-worth. They done compromised their values, and they sitting there giving advice. So what I like to do, I like for a man to pee on me. Yeah, girl, golden shower. It just, ooh. And I'm like, keep that to yourself. That man might be peeing on you with a urinary tract infection. That bodily fluid, what if that man got something in that fluid and not a peed that on your skin? And so now a woman will sit down and say that on the podcast. This is real now. I just read it. Lady sitting on the podcast, celebrity sitting on there. She like to get peed on. I say, what in the R. Kelly? Oh my goodness. But see, that's how the perversion worked. They done seen R. Kelly pee on that lady. Now they like, oh, that look like a good idea, because R. Kelly could sing, and ooh, he a freak because he was trapped in the closet wearing that thing out. And so now R. Kelly peeing on people. So now they like, oh, well, she sexy. A woman should never call another woman sexy. That's where y'all getting in trouble. Is y'all getting too far. Y'all letting that spirit start to take over. Y'all letting that spirit start to take over, that spirit of lust. And when you starting to look at other women as sexy and gorgeous and beautiful, and you starting to process it like that, thinking that that's fine just because y'all a woman. No. Just like you don't want to hear no man sitting there calling another man sexy, a woman shouldn't be calling no another woman sexy. And then we sit here and we doing this, and then so you see somebody who you think they got sex appeal, you think they got somebody, you think the men want her, and she says she like to get peed on. So now a woman will go into her relationship. Have you heard of a golden shower? I was just wondering what you think about that. You want to try that? Child, if you don't get out of here, you're going to mess around and have a cataract in your eye. A little piece of that pee flap up in that, drip in that eye, mess around and be blind. Holler about a golden shower, you finna have a dark shower, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing. And so listen to me. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. That's not a good thing. And as a man, we appreciate a woman who got some morals, values, and standards. A good man, and this is what women have to understand, it's two types of men: grown boys and grown men. It's grown boys and it's grown men. Grown boys, they open to anything. Grown boys today, they want a woman to shoot their shot. I seen a lady telling another lady that she should have shot her shot to this man in the grocery store. And here go this lady. She a pretty lady. She say she in the grocery store. And she say she see this man. They make eye contact or whatever. Maybe they said hello. And the man ain't say nothing. Me looking at this lady, the reason why that man didn't say nothing is because he got a girlfriend or a wife. Because a man not finna see a lady who look like that and get any kind of attention from her and not shoot his shot. The reason why, because see, sometimes I'm holding my phone. Sometimes I'm out and I'm holding my phone. So if I'm holding my phone in my hand and a woman over here on this side of me, she can't see my ring. So I might look at her and I might see her and we might catch eyes. I might be looking and she look right at me and we make eye contact. And then she might look at me and I could be her type. And she might be sitting there wondering like, man, why he ain't shooting his shot? Sister, I'm married. That why I ain't shooting a shot. And then sometimes I might be out and I ain't got no ring on. I ain't got no ring on because I just come out the gym. I just come out the sauna. Or I just got finished working. I ain't got my ring on because marriage ain't a ring. Marriage is a covenant with God. So not every man always gonna have a ring on. And not every woman always gonna have a ring on. Sometimes my wife ain't got her ring on. She got up, she was rushing, she made breakfast, her ring was sitting over in the thing, and she was running late. She out the house with no ring on. Same thing happened with me sometimes. I always take mine off because they heavy. They real heavy. And if I'm working out, my hands start to kind of swell. So I take it off before I work out. And so women telling women, hey, shoot your shot. No, don't shoot your shot at no man. Because a real man do not want no woman shooting her shot. I'm here to tell you, coming from a real man who done been him, who done had multiple and many women, who done been a womanizer, even a womanizing man, a man who want to be married and faithful. A real man sees himself as the head of the household, the leader, the one who gonna lead his family out of poverty into prosperity. He gonna love his woman. He gonna respect his woman. He gonna hear her mind. But that he is submitted and in surrenderance to God. He hear from God and what God say do. He tell his family, this the word from the Lord. This what we need to do. And he want a woman that's gonna respect him and be able to submit to him because he submitted to God. See, women submitting to men who have not submitted to God. And that's where the word submission is becoming filthy and dirty because women getting taken advantage of under the guise of submission, but you submitting to a man who is not submitted. See, a submitted man gonna hear his woman. He gonna hear her thoughts. He gonna hear her mind, and he really gonna listen. And he gonna see like, okay, she's stronger than me in this area. She wiser than me in this area. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Submission is a two-way street, but see, a lot of people don't realize and understand that. And so now we got women telling women, "Hey, shoot your shot." And then I seen a guy in the comments like the comment. And I'm like, come on now, you sitting up here doing all this talk about men need to heal, and you sitting up here with all these muscles, and you want a woman to holler at you? If I'm a single man, and when I was a single man, anytime a woman shot her shot, it don't matter how pretty she was, I throw it up in my mouth. I felt throw up in my mouth because the woman is the prize. That's why the man got to pay dowry in Africa. That's why the man got to get on one knee. That's why the man got to go to her family and say, can I have your daughter's hand in marriage? So what do it look like? The prize coming from the finish line up to the starting blocks and putting a gold medal on the neck of the one who finna run the race before the gun even went off. The man ain't even took no step. And the woman who holding the trophy, who holding the favor, who holding the prize, she gonna come from the finish line where he got to get to and come right up to the starting blocks and put a gold medal on his neck. Oh, I'm coming to you. Cause you look like how I like them to look. Ooh, I like what you got in your grocery cart, so I'm coming to you. Ooh, that's nasty. That is disgusting. It's unattractive, and see women today, and a lot of times I'm gonna tell you, it be two type of women talking about shoot they shot. A lot of times they be loose booty, or they look like just they mama love them, and I'm like, listen, I understand your look ain't in style right now, but don't get weary in well doing. Keep the faith, because the tide will change. Your look will come in style, but don't get desperate and go to shooting your shot at men because your look ain't in style right now. It just wait your season. You can't wear summer clothes in the winter. Wait till your season to put your hot girl shorts on. It's the winter right now. It's not your season. When your season come, okay, you can let that little dark piece of meat under the booty hang out if you want to. It's your season. It's the summer. Okay. And so I see two type of women saying, shoot your shot. Loose booty 901, loose booty 305, loose booty 310, 323, and then the lady who it is not her season. And she huffing and puffing, blowing the house down because she ready for a man. And it's like, listen, sister, if you don't sit your desperate behind down somewhere and get you some Gatorade and quench that thirst, I'd be ready to just throw a bottle of Gatorade at them old thirsty women. Like, even as a married man, if a woman don't see my ring, like now TikTok, that's the wild, wild west. I be on TikTok. I done went on TikTok and seen in my comments women saying, are you married? Ooh, wee. Ooh. That I throw up off the comment. I'm like, ugh. And then the unfortunate thing, and this is what I want y'all to understand. The unfortunate thing is with them forward comments, I ain't never seen a cute woman with a forward comment. And what I'm just saying is, when I say cute, I mean that cute to me. She might be cute to somebody else. I ain't never seen a cute woman with a forward comment. And the ones who you will say is cute, you go to their page and they loose. Like, ugh, come on now. Never seen no cute and classy woman with a forward comment. So if you go to feeling like you need to be forward, you need to look yourself in the mirror and say, am I classy? Am I classy? And the answer, 9 out of 10 times, is no. But we live in a society, I'm going to tell y'all the truth now. We live in a society, men don't want to hear the truth, women don't want to hear the truth. Men say talk to the women, women say talk to the men, and can't nobody handle the truth. Can't nobody handle a honest observation. And that's what we got to get past. So I'm going to tell y'all later. Don't get weary in well doing. Don't get weary in well doing. I be talking to women. I'm just waiting on my man. I'm just waiting on my man. I ain't got nothing but 200 more pounds to lose. I'm just waiting on I just got to lose 200 more pounds. But I'm kind of like, Lord, I know I got to lose 200 pounds, but still, why I can't meet my man right now and we get fit there? Trying to excuse my anger to have lunch while I got on lunch, but like I said, I got to lose 200 more pounds. I'm eating fruit right now. And I'm like, oh, Lord. I'm like, nah. Okay, 80 pounds? Okay, I get it. But that's a long way to go if you talking about meeting a husband right now. Because that's two different type of men. The man that could lift you up right now, that Ving Rhames. Okay? The man that gonna be able to lift you up later in your season, that's a whole nother built kind of man. So you need to pause and just keep working. Just Keep working on yourself. And I have to tell the men the same thing. Oh, when my homeboy told me, oh, big don't like big. What you want me to get a big woman for? I'm like, because you big. You got weight on you. So I'm like, if you're not attracted to weight, what makes you think the woman is going to be attracted to weight? Oh, you trying to have me start a grease fire. I was like, huh? You trying to have me start a grease fire? I was like, what? I'm like, hold on, bro. What you talking about? You like, big don't go on top of big. I'm like, well, why should big go on top of little? I'm like, you climbing on that woman can't breathe. That woman, you think it feel good. No, she running out of breath. I'm like, you done caved that woman rib in. Oh, well, it's other positions. I ain't got to be right on top of her. And I'm like, but bruh, still though, you still need to be able to see that thing. You need to be able to look down there and see that thing before you start talking about you want your wife. It's not your season yet. Just keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. And we get too antsy. We get too greedy, and we want to have something before it's our time. We got to keep doing the work. And we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. And then it's so many women. I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, ladies, don't get caught up in what the world doing. Cause there's so many ladies walking out here with 4 lips. Be walking out here. Hey, how you doing? My phone about to die. So many ladies be going, hey, how you doing? Uh-huh. Yeah, and if they ain't got them lips on, then they got these. These like, hey, how you doing? Oh, Tony, I follow you online. Yeah, I be seeing you online. I love your video. I be, oh Lord, one thing done flew in my eye. Oh my goodness. Oh, Tony, what's wrong? You got, excuse me, my bad. Every now and then my eye go to water. It lash out my eye. Listen, do not give in to what the world doing. Listen, God made you perfect. And what you can't change in Dr. Jim, Dr. GYM, then it ain't meant to be changed. It ain't meant to be changed. What you can't go and just do, and yeah, you could get some, I like lashes. I like, lashes fine. Microblade eyebrows. Yeah, I get it. But you got to do things in moderation. You got to do things in moderation. Because see, listen, it do not make sense if your ponytail look like this and then your lashes like this. You can't have more hair on your eyelash than on your head. That don't go together, because God not gonna do you like that. God not finna have you have Whoopi Goldberg up here and then you trying to pinch that ponytail back there. That God ain't gonna do you like that. That do not make sense. So if I could look right here and I could see all scalp, don't have that ponytail to your booty. Don't do that. And then holler about you waiting on your husband. You cannot have all this scalp showing and then ponytail to your booty. Them two don't go together. That don't go together. Just wear your low cut. Wear your low cut. You got to understand where you're at. I remember seeing a guy, and he probably looking for him a woman. He had on Claire's $10 earrings. And he bought a $25,000 iStock Cartier watch at the Arab jewelry store. I watched him. I said, sir, in my head, I said, sir, that don't go together. You're not finna buy a $25,000 watch and have them $10 Claire's earrings in. Cloudy, dirty, jeans was dirty, shoes was dirty, and he carrying a camera. He got a camera around his neck. Hey, bro, somebody asked, hey, bro, what you do? He said, oh, I'm a photographer. Boy, Michelangelo ain't got enough money for that $25,000. Boy, that's a PPP loan. Man, if you don't get out of here with that PPP loan for the police take both of us, for me standing here with you, man, come on now. We're finna get raided with this PPP you in here with. And so listen to me. We have to know where we at. For y'all singles that's out here dating, you have to know where you at. You got to know your season. You cannot get desperate. You cannot get weary in well doing. You got to know where you at. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, talk to your sisters and just say, no desperation. Stop being desperate. Stop being desperate. And because I'm seeing a lot of ladies. I'm seeing a lot of ladies. Leg like this right here. Got a leg like this right here. And then got a booty cheek like this. This don't even go together. Ma'am, this not finna be your booty cheek and this your leg. That don't go together. So if you already went to Dr. Jim, Jim, at least go to Dr. GYM and start doing some squats. Start doing some squats so that leg could fill up and come into that booty and it look proportionate. You can't be walking around on stilts and then have no basketball sitting back there. That don't go together. It don't go together. And so this is what I'm trying to say. And we seeing men do the same thing. Men walk around leg like this here and got all this chest and arms. It's like, sir, if you don't go buy a squat rack and just sit down and do some squats, but we coming into a vain society where everybody is so vain and we worried about what everybody else is doing. And then we saying, I want love. I want love. And we're not working on us. You got to get in position before you can receive what is for you. I'm telling you, you got to get in position. And I'm going to tell y'all, this right here sound facetious. But this is what you got to understand. Men are visual creatures. A holy man, a man of God, a faithful man is visual creatures. And I talk to so many women that they don't need nothing else but 100 squats a day. I say, sister, the only thing you lacking in your life is 100 squats a day. You got it. That's the last thing. You got a degree, you got the house, you got the job. But that man, he gonna see your presentation, your package before he see your personality. You just missing 100 squats a day. That's it. And the other thing I just be like, sister, you got to take off somebody else's lashes. You got on enough lashes for you and the 12 women with the oil. And that's it. That's it. You got to take off everybody's lashes. You got all y'all lashes on. Just when you go through your lashes, you tell the lash lady, I want classic single volume, 1-to-1. All you need to do is enhance what God gave you. Don't go get 3-4 women worth of lashes put on your eyes. And I just be walking around through the airport just wondering, how do these women think this look good? I'd be like, man, you look like a horror movie. Like you literally look like you got on a Halloween costume. And that is why you single as a dollar bill. Because the man can't even look at you and have no quality conversation with them eyelashes. I'm trying to tell you. And the overdrawn lips like this. And just put your lipstick right here. You ain't have to have your lipstick way up here. Trying to look like a Kardashian. You ain't got to have a lipstick way down there. Listen, just put that lipstick right across your lips. That's it. If your lips look like a paper cut, that's how God made you. God gave you thin lips. Be fine with that. Be fine with that and increase your conversation. See, the thing about it is we becoming somebody else and we missing our blessing. We missing our blessing. That's why I came back to just being me. I'm country. I'm country, and this who I am. When I was on here trying to talk like such and such and such and such, trying to sound all proper and sound all educated and all of that, I'm educated. I'm smart. I got plenty of sense, but I'm country. When I became me, I got what's for me. Listen, you can't get what's for you if you trying to look like somebody else. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hey, we finna go in 5 minutes. 5 more minutes. We got 5 more minutes. You can't get what's for you if you trying to look like somebody else unless my phone go dead. My phone might go dead before the 5 minutes up. So understand what I'm telling you, okay? And just get into that position where you can love yourself and you keep working on you and you get the knowledge you need. The 3 B's: brain, brand, body. Brain, brand, body. Get the knowledge, build something that you can't be fired from, and then work on your body. And you do that diligently. I made a decision yesterday and it's going to be so hard. I said, Tony, you got to get your body right. Got to get your health right. So it got to be non-negotiable that every day you get up and you go into the gym and you do something. No matter where your energy at, you do something. That thing going to be hard, except for my day off. Hey, money, God bless you. God bless you. She said for the comedic relief. I ain't telling no jokes now. I wasn't telling no jokes. So if y'all got your laugh, hey, that like they say, art imitate life. I wasn't telling now a joke. I'll be dead serious. And I'm gonna ask y'all a question now. What'll happen to me? What will happen to me if I start going up to women and I say, listen, sister, you're a beautiful lady, but them lashes is where you got those from? Rite Aid? Oh no. Sister, listen. Google lash tech near me or whatever the title is and find somebody with at least 4.8 stars and you go there. I can't afford all of that. Listen, so I'll pay for the first appointment. What y'all think will happen to me? Will I live? Will I make it? Will the women get mad with me? Now the women with the booty done and it just looking like it can't nothing be done. You can't say nothing about that. I can't say like, and the same with the men who walking around and ain't working on themselves but want a dime piece. They want this woman to look like God just finished chiseling her and he looking like the bottom of somebody's shoe. The same type of thing. I just wonder, could I get away with it? And just in love. I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody like hurtful. Like, hey, you look a absolute mess. I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm gonna just kind of whisper it and just be like, listen, sister, I'm gonna just tell you as your brother who love you. I'm married. I ain't trying to holler at you. But them lashes is blocking your blessings and your eyesight. I know you can't see that good, but what you also missing is your husband because of them lashes. And the thing about it is, people sit me down on the podcast and they say, Tony, what is wrong with relationships? People just ain't where they need to be. It ain't, a lot of times it ain't even all about character. It's just how we packaging ourselves as men and women. It just what's holding folk back. The men wearing booty shorts with their back out. And I'm like, how you gonna expect a woman to be ready for you to lead a household and you got on booty shorts with your back out as a man? Got a slit going across your chest. Got your nails painted. Got on spikes on your shoes. And can't put now water cash in that pocket. You got, and your card can't even fit in that pocket without looking like you carrying a VCR because the pants is so tight. So how is a woman finna entrust her life and health and wellness and future in your hand when them pants is that tight and them shorts is that short? Them shorts so short, you letting the world know you really ain't got nothing down there. You really ain't, cause it's something down there. Them shorts too short for that. Them shorts too short for that. And to be honest with you, that it get down to the point to where it be that simple. We could be a diamond in a brown bag. And we could get by We could get by if we was cubic zirconia in a Tiffany's box. We got to work on us. And when you work on you, that's when things gonna change. So I'm gonna listen. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you, even in my marriage, I'm working on me. I'm working on me. I'm working on my mentality, my communication. I'm working on my mindset. I'm working on providing better. I'm working on being a better husband, being a better father. Even married, going on 16 years of marriage, I'm still working. So, hey, God bless y'all. We just hit our time. God bless y'all. Appreciate you. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to those who sent a blessing on there. They done put the thing on all the videos now. It's super thanks. So thank y'all when y'all do that super thanks. I see you every now and then. I really appreciate it. And for the person who sent me a cash out, God bless you. It mean more than you know. It really do. It mean more than you know. God bless y'all. We'll talk soon. Y'all watch this again tomorrow if you missed any of it. Thank you, moderators. Thank y'all. Bless y'all.